This is A Course in Miracles, Clarification of Terms, Epilogue. Forget not once this journey's begun, the end is certain. Doubt along the way will come and go to come again. Yet is the ending sure. No one can fail to do what God appointed him to do. When you forget, remember that you walk with him and with his word upon your heart. Who could despair when hope like this is his? Illusions of despair may seem to come, but learn how not to be deceived by them. Behind each one there is reality and there is God. Why would you wait for this and trade it for illusions, when his love is but an instant farther on the road where all illusions end? The end is sure and guaranteed by God, who stands before a lifeless image when a step away, the Holy of the Holies, opens up an ancient door that leads beyond the world. You are a stranger here, but you belong to him who loves you as he loves himself. Ask but my help to roll the stone away, and it is done according to his will. We have begun the journey. Long ago the end was written in the stars and set into the heavens with a shining ray that held it safe within eternity and through all time as well, and holds it still, unchanged, unchanging, and unchangeable. Be not afraid, we only start again an ancient journey long ago begun that but seems new. We have begun again upon an ancient road we traveled on before and lost our way a little while. And now we try again. Our new beginning has a certainty the journey lacked till now. Look up and see his word among the stars, and where he has set your name along with his. Look up and find your certain destiny the world would hide, but God would have you see. Let us wait here in silence and kneel down an instant in our gratitude to him who called to us and helped us hear his call. And then let us arise and go in faith along the way to him. Now we are sure we do not walk alone, for God is here, and with him all our brothers. Now we know that we will never lose the way again. The song begins again, which had been stopped only an instant, though it seemed to be unsung forever. What is here begun will grow in life and strength and hope, until the world is still an instant and forgets all that the dream of sin had made of it. Let us go out and meet the newborn world, knowing that Christ had been reborn in it, and that the holiness of this rebirth will last forever. We had lost our way, but he has found it for us. Let us go and bid him welcome, who returns to us to celebrate salvation, and the end of all we thought we made. The morning star of this new day looks on a different world where God is welcomed and his Son with him. We who complete him offer thanks to him, and he gives thanks to us. The sun is still, and in the quiet God has given him, enters his home, and is at peace at last. So it says, yet is the ending sure. Forget, once the journey is begun, the end is certain. Doubt along the way will come and go to come again. So this reminds me of a movie called Big Fish. And in it, there's a scene where the main character, along with his friends, hear that there's a witch who can show them how they die, if they choose. And so he chose to see how he died. And he saw it and goes, so that's how I go. And part of that is that once he realized, okay, if I'm going to die at this point of time in my life, then I can do anything. I can do whatever I want until then and know that that's how it's going to end up. And he chose that to have the sort of freedom. And I feel like it's sort of like this life, and how this text reflects that, in that we know what the end is. The end is that we all return to God. And that means that the journey along the way, the how, the why, the what happens throughout the story, anything can happen. And in a way, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want, knowing that the end is inevitable. But, realizing that the journey can seem difficult. Like, again, with this Big Fish movie, there's a scene where he has the choice of going down this one path, but it has a lot of difficulties. Like, it's dark, there's spider webs and things like that. But then he remembers that, oh, this isn't how I die, so okay, let me just change my perception. So it's kind of like that, like illusions of despair may seem to come, but learn how not to be deceived by them. So there might be times where you go down paths that seem dark and with a lot of despair, and it feels hopeless. And trust me, I have been there many times. I was there a few hours ago where I was like, I don't know why I'm in this world. Why am I still here? What am I doing here? It just means that I need to not be deceived by that moment of despair, because these illusions and waves of things seem to come, but in a way, these are all illusions. It says you are a stranger here. And this phrase, a lot of people seem to have this feeling of not belonging, to this world. And I've certainly had that feeling. And, one way that people reconcile that is by understanding that they're star seeds. But an even deeper understanding of that, I believe, is realizing that you are a stranger here, meaning that this isn't where you come from. You don't come from this world. So of course you're going to feel like a stranger here. And it says, but you belong to him who loves you as he loves himself. And I think for people who are struggling with depression or suicide, or just have that long-term sense of not belonging, and not knowing or finding or feeling any sort of purpose in this world, it's because we're not from this world. Of course we feel like that. And I think the more sensitive you are, the more likely it is that you're going to feel like that. And so the only remedy, the only solution is to actually turn to God, is to actually accept that that is where your real home is. There's nothing else. There's nothing else that's going to give you an answer. Nothing in the world is going to give you an answer other than God. But, everyone has their own path. And so if you connect with the Holy Spirit and the Holy Spirit guides you to go on a particular path in this world, then perfect. It says, we have begun again upon a road we traveled on before and lost our way a little while. And now we try again. Our new beginning has the certainty the journey lacked till now. And to me, this is in the epilogue, I think, because it's that this course isn't the course. It's not, you read it and absorb it to the end and that's it, one and done. It's that once you're done with this process, then it says, and now we try again. Our new beginning has the certainty the journey lacked till now. And after my first time of completing all of the lessons and thoroughly going through this whole text, I felt like, yay, finally. I completed it, but I also knew that it was at the same time the beginning. But that the beginning and then the way that I was going to start it again, or live my life from that point on, was with a certainty that the journey had lacked until getting through it. And so realizing that this whole process of life is it's a journey, which in a way could be in an instant, but until we're ready for that, then we continue on. And I guess I'm sharing this message to give somebody hope, whoever is feeling lost, or you feel like you've done so much and there's still more to do, just to know that, to give you a little bit of hope that you need to keep going. But as you keep going, to come with a fresh mind and heart, knowing the certainty of knowing that you're going home to God eventually. So I hope that helps somebody. And the last line here is, the sun is still, and in the quiet God has given him, enters his home and is at peace at last. And to me, that's just an invitation for more quiet and more stillness. and I want to share that it seems that at this phase in my life, which may change, it seems that the communication that I'm having with people is diminishing significantly. There's less chit chat. I don't really have time for gossip. It seems that the more that I'm doing my inner work, the quieter that I get, the less that I need to say. And at this phase of creating all of these videos corresponding with this text, I still have a long ways to go, given that I started with the manual for teachers, and then I'm going to start over back at the beginning. But it would be interesting to see that maybe once I complete all of this, I'll just have nothing to say at all. It's just this constant practice of starting again, starting anew, coming back to the present moment over and over again, joining with God in our minds. Start again. You may have wandered off. Start again. Your mind may have gone somewhere dark. Start again. You may have gotten caught up in the illusion. Start again. So thank you, and bye for now.